Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, Phil'sGang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. Phil'sGang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160? With 2% fee, it drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
My guiding principle as president has been to try to do the right thing, even when it's not politically convenient, and using my best judgment, shape policies that will serve the American people, keep them safe, keep our economy growing, put people back to work. Based on current surveys of public opinion in the United States, it turns out that the majority of Americans think I've done a pretty good job.
But wait a minute, I'm a little confused with that. They threw Hillary Clinton out. They said, no, we don't want Hillary. And Hillary was an extension of you. So I don't know where your survey is coming from. Plus, let's look at some real surveys. There was 105 million full-time, year-round workers in the United States. About 105 million we have, including about 16 million full-time government workers. Now, these full-time workers were outnumbered by the 109 million, and they're getting benefits, or I should say they're on welfare. So let's think about that. 109 million are getting welfare. So you got 105 full-time year-round workers, including 16 million government workers. Then we have 109 who are getting welfare. What are you, nuts? In other words, every American family, Mr. Obama, that pays its own way, the group that elected Trump, takes care of its own children, whether the family has one person working or two. Most have two now. But are subsidizing the 109 million. That's what we got from you being president. 7 of every 10 Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. That means about 2/3 of the country is living paycheck to paycheck. What are you, nuts? This is crazy. This is crazy. Credit card delinquencies under you have hit the highest level we have seen since 2012. 35% of all Americans have a debt that is at least 180 days past due. Why? Because you never created jobs. You never wanted to create jobs. All you ever want to do was create a large government. And you wanted to expand, the reason why you wanted a large government, expand the welfare state. I just gave you a number, 109 million people here go on welfare. What? You've done nothing. You screwed this whole economy up. Why do you think Hillary didn't win? Are you kidding? The rate of home ownership under you has fallen for 8 years in a row. Is it a 50-year low? What the hell are you talking about? This is the problem. You've been lying for 8 years, just like when you lied and said we could keep our health insurance if we liked it, and our doctor. You just can't stop lying. You don't understand the truth anymore. You got to be. The total number of government employees now outnumber the total number of manufacturing employees in this country by 10 million. Boy, you've done one hell of a job. Excuse me, President. Jeez. Are you kidding me? Let's talk about the homeless people in New York City. Just take one city. Brand new record highs. Anywhere in the country. Go to city. Go to my city of Sarasota. Brand new record highs, homeless. And why is it? Before you became president, 5.5% of young adults were living with their parents. We've gone from 5% to 20%. Boy, we should throw a party for you. The whole total household debt in the United States has now reached a grand total of $12 trillion, which means we can't grow the economy. How about our total debt? It's doubled. The total corporate debt has doubled. This is nuts. And you doubled. When you walked into the White House, you doubled the $10 trillion debt. The $10 trillion to $20 trillion. You killed the economy. You didn't grow the economy. And 7 out of every 10 Americans have less than $1,000 in savings as a result of what you've done. And credit card delinquencies have hit the highest level under you. The highest level. We've never seen so many credit card delinquencies ever before under any president except you. And 35% of all Americans have a debt that's at least, as they said, 180 days old. This just goes on and on and on. What are you talking about? What are you, nuts? This is crazy. Crazy. Now, let's think about this. Here's an economy that has not grown. Even though you doubled the debt from 10 trillion to 20 trillion, we got people, the working class, living from paycheck to paycheck. How could anybody take and double the debt, and at the end, you got nothing to show for it? When a businessman goes and doubles the debt, he shows his company's grown by 20, 30, 40%. You double the debt, you have nothing to show for it. I just showed you what you have to show for it. People are living paycheck to paycheck. This is crazy. 150 million plus people are living off your welfare state. That's crazy. Yet, people like Krugman, your buddy at the New York Times, says the longer run of Trumpism will be very bad. Be very bad. Very bad for the economy. His policies will hurt, not help the American working class. How much worse can he do than what you have done? Where 7 out of 10 Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings account. This is crazy. You know, what you're doing is, and here's what's really interesting. Yellen now, she comes out and she's saying, well, I may have to now raise the interest rate because Mr. Trump is going to put an infrastructure program in, and that government spending will be inflationary, so I got to raise rates. So what they're really doing is Obama got together with Yellen is going to try to screw Trump. Because here's what they know. They know right now, putting in the infrastructure, you got to let that infrastructure start working. Put that money in, put $1 trillion in, let it start growing, put the bridges in, put the roads in, get the people back to work, but give it a chance to move our economic growth of a pathetic 1.6% to 2.1%. We do that, then raise interest rates so that we can absorb an interest rate hike. But what they're going to do is try to screw Trump, raise the rates first, so he won't be able to do the program. And they'll say, "Oh, look at that! He broke a promise. He broke a promise." We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160? With 2% fee, it drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? Isn't it time you take control of your investments? For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true, right? So why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
Mortgage interest rates jump a half a percentage point in barely 3 days, and mortgage application volume tanks. Now, a half a percentage point might not sound like a lot, but when you're below 4% already, it is.
That's right, it is. So we got interest rates going up because we got the 10-year yield going up, 10-year treasury. You got to understand how this works. Your mortgage on your house, your fixed rate mortgage, what you pay is dictated by the 10-year treasury, the yield, the interest rate. For example, in the last week, we've gone from 1.5% interest on a 10-year treasury. Now, if someone buys a treasury, they'll get 1.5%. When they buy a treasury, what they're buying is the debt. They're financing the $232 billion interest on the debt that Obama doubled from 10 trillion to 20 trillion. So we doubled the interest payment to 233 trillion. We doubled it. The interest we're paying, we doubled it. We got nothing for it. Imagine that. Can you imagine investing $10 trillion and get nothing back in return? But a growth rate, are you kidding? A growth rate that is 1.6%? That's crazy. So what we're seeing now is that since Trump won the presidency, they're saying, finally, we got somebody who's going to grow the economy instead of growing government. See, everybody around the world and the middle-class working person who threw Hillary under the bus with Obama said, get out of our lives. You did nothing for us. You took care of everybody except us. And that's what happened. So now Trump is going to grow the economy, grow jobs, something Obama never had any interest in doing. He didn't want to grow the economy or jobs. He wanted to grow welfare. That's all he wanted to grow. So now the Europeans are going, look at this. Look at the yield on a 10-year treasury. Went from 1.5 up to 2.2. Wow. And when they see the yield on the treasury going up, 10-year treasury, or the interest going up, it shows prosperity is in the future. So they sell all of their euros to come here and buy dollars so they can buy our stocks and to get into the deal. And so those interest rates are going up, which is moving up the mortgages on the houses. But here's the problem. We have no growth. And he tells us, oh, I did a good job. So you got interest rates going up. Look, interest rates going up is fine because interest rates going up identify prosperity. But as long as interest rates are going up, you got to have the economy going up. So you got to have our economy grow where it is from 1.6%. If it was growing to 2%, and mortgages went up because the yield on the 10-year treasury went up because Europeans came here to buy to buy dollars. That's okay. And as long as that keeps going up, as long as you have the growth on the other side, but we don't have any growth. No growth. So that's what's going on right now. And so we've had this Trump rally in the stock market that's been about 4 or 5%. The market's gone about 5%, and which is a good thing. But we're going to give it all back because he's not president yet. And what she's going to do is Obama and B are going to try to screw him. They're going to move the interest rates, so it'll make it very hard for him to keep his promise to go and do the infrastructure work, put $1 trillion in building the bridges and so forth, which we need badly. Because here's what and they figure that they can stop him. So they can say, look at this, he broke a campaign promise. Because if he puts the $1 trillion in, the inflation starts. Everything starts going up. But we haven't had time to grow the economy to absorb the expense going up. You see? So as interest rates start going up, you got to have the economy going at the same time. So what they're going to do is put the rates up in front of him. Then he's got to catch up. It's just like a business deal. If a businessman borrows money, he's always got that race. If I'm going to borrow $500,000 for my business today, I've got to grow my business because I got to, before that $500,000 eats into me. Well, he's got to do the same thing. But here's what they don't understand. He's a businessman. He's been doing this his whole life. What has Hillary been doing her whole life? Nothing. What has Obama been doing? Nothing. He's an organizer. He's not a businessman. He doesn't understand that Trump his whole life has been faced with that kind of a situation where he's borrowed money and he's had to go and get his jobs done. And that's why all his jobs come in not even on time. They come in early because he's got that race going all the time. And that's the race he's going to have here. So our economy is going to grow. But here's what's going to happen. People are going to be betting against him. And so this rally is going to pull back. And we're going to have some wonderful opportunities. One stock I think is going to be a great stock for my gang. I gave him today is Nike. Now, Nike dropped. It turned on our chart. It turned red on back in September. And it dropped from $58, and it dropped down to about $52. So it dropped 10%. So we had an opportunity to make a 10% profit, or 5 or 8, depending when you get in, by shorting that stock. But we had a great signal, a great opportunity. We had a signal, and then we had another signal. We had 2 signals that gave us a great shorting signal. So you had made that money. But here's the exciting thing. Now it's turned green again. It's turned green again. So we'll start following that stock. We'll start buying into that stock. But we got to be a little careful because we know there is a correction coming. But the beautiful thing about the technology that we have in our charts, the color-coded system, the technology, it warns you before it happens. So the chart will follow the institutional money, and the institutional money has all the inside information. So they will know before anybody else that they're going to start taking money out of Nike. And then it'll show up on our chart. It'll start turning red, so we'll be out in time. And then by the time they make the announcement, we're already out. So everybody's lost money except us. It's a great system. You should try it. Join the gang. 877-600-GANG. It's only $39.95, and for 4 weeks you get this chart free. And then after 4 weeks, if you want to keep it, then you just have to pay $29.95 for it. That's it. It's a great chart. It gives you a great comfort level. It makes you sleep at night.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in the radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, But we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Learn, invest, and profit with Phil Grandy. And be sure to check out philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com. Every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the MaxFest 1000 Stock Charts.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. That's right, tomorrow's Friday, and we will take your phone call, help you with your stock. Especially we got an exciting market now that Mr. Trump is involved with the market. He's going to make sure the economy is going to grow instead of the government, instead of a welfare state. This time, when this market goes up 180%, it's not going to be based on a trick. It's not going to be based on where Obama goes to the banks in 2009 when they're broke and said, here's what we'll do. We will go ahead and we will exchange for all your bad debt, your bad mortgages. We'll print up $2.1 trillion. We'll put it on our computer, funny money, nothing behind it. And we'll exchange that for all your bad debts, your bad mortgages, your bad bonds. And now you take that money and you start buying all your bank stocks. Let's move those stocks up in 6 weeks about 400%. Then the CEOs will get all excited. They'll see stocks going up. They'll come in and they'll start buying their own stock. But we'll lie to people and tell them, oh, no, they're not going to buy their own stock. They're going to invest. They're going to invest in their companies. In capital investment, business investment. Oh, and boy, things are going to boom for people. Wages are going to go up. Jobs are going to go. We'll lie about that. We'll cover you. And then the stock market kept going up. They lied. People didn't get jobs. You think CEOs are going to stick in money into an economy that's growing less than 2%? What are you, nuts? Of course not. They're going to stick money in their own pocket by buying their own shares, getting options. Are you kidding? That's what they did. This is crazy. So he never built the economy. He built wealth. He built wealth for 10,000 people who own most of all this country's wealth. Their wealth increased by 26% or $650 billion. While 10 million working people who put Trump into office got screwed by Obama, who now live paycheck to paycheck. While 150 million are on welfare. That's right, welfare. Obama puts 150 million people on welfare so that the 10 million working class people have to pay and subsidize the 150 million working people. And they finally said, we had enough. We're not going to vote for Hillary. This is it. We had it. So you've had this 180% rally in the stock market, all fake. Well, that's all going to be fixed. Going to be fixed. Now, on January 26th, after the S&P completed a 180% run, the Bank of Scotland said, sell everything. And you know what? They've never been wrong when they said that. Never been wrong. But on November 8th, when Donald Trump was elected, our 45th president, guess what? We had another 5% rally because people were all getting excited because they know his proposals are going to work. He's going to do just the opposite of what Obama did. See, he's going to build an economy. Obama never wanted to build an economy. See, his goal was to build a welfare state. His goal was not to work with wages. He didn't care about wages. He really didn't. He wanted to grow government. That's all he wanted to grow. Are you kidding me? Trump, see, if Trump wants to cut corporate taxes by 15%. Can you imagine? All Obama had to do is cut taxes by 15%, invest $1 trillion immediately in infrastructure, because infrastructure is so important to create jobs, because a good transportation system facilitates the movement of goods and services all over this country. And what happens? Corporations all over the world want to move here, especially if we give them a tax break of 15%. Let us have the lowest corporate tax rate in the world. That's what Obama could do. But see, he didn't want to do that. He's a progressive. You see, he didn't want to do that. Obama, a Trump, a capitalist, he wants to do, he knows he can make this work. See, Obama, a progressive, his only experience was a neighborhood organizer. He had no accomplishments as a senator. And I mean, he's a radical progressive. He felt the best way to address many of our economic needs, especially the lowest labor participation rate in 30 years, the lowest home ownership in 40 years. He thought the only way to fix where we have wages stagnant for 10 years, the only way to fix it, he said, I know what's wrong. It's healthcare. It's too expensive. What I'll do is I'll cut the healthcare costs. And when I cut healthcare costs, then things will be okay. So the idiot goes out. He really believes that it's healthcare costs was the problem, and he would cut the healthcare costs. And how would he do it? Through redistribution of wealth. He would take 40 million hardworking middle-class Americans, boost up their rates, their premiums, 50, 60, 70%, to cover 20 million low-income non-working people. And then he thought, oh, everything would be fine. We'd be growing the economy. No, it didn't work. How stupid. It failed. So what are we going to do now? Let's make money. I just gave you a stock, Nike. If you join the gang right now, you'll get the same chart. You can work with us on the same chart I'm working with Nike. It's my color-coded technology chart. And we'll stay with Nike. You join now, it's $39.95, and you get everything with the gang membership. You get the coffee talk in the morning where I tell you exactly what's going to happen with the market, what's going to and you know what you can expect, and most of the time it's right on. 9:30 to 11, you can join the open class, which all the gang members, they'll email in, we'll talk about their stocks. They say, I'm thinking of buying GE. Should I buy GE here? Or I'm in GE. Should I add to my position? Should I get out? And all the gang members, okay, are viewing this, watching this, and while I'm teaching. Now, if you're busy, you don't have time for that. So it's archived. But even then, if you don't have time, you can go to the archive. All you do is follow me on the chart, my MV2 chart, where we guide you when there's a color change. And we're right there with you every day. And we also give you the bonus stocks. The key to the success is getting a person to stay with the same 5 stocks. Once he stays with the same 5 stocks, then the money he makes becomes consistent. Because now, remember, this is about following the money. This is about patterns. And you got a computer that finds those patterns for you. What a beautiful thing. And if you stay with the same 5 stocks, you will always know when that pattern's coming. You'll be in advance of that pattern. If you're always listening to these people on CNBC like this nonsense right here, this is unbelievable. Right here, listen to this. This is crazy.
The question is, I own Philip Morris, and I noticed since the election's over, the stocks have been going down and going down. I've been in this stock for over 30 years, but the stock's been going down, and I can't seem to find the reason why.
And the reason why they're going down is because they are regarded as bond market equivalent stocks. Instead of buying bonds, people...
Oh, geez, bond market equivalent. The reason why it's going down is because the institutions aren't buying it. They're not buying it. That's why it goes down. It's like they spent $3 million to figure out why do the fish go up, jump out of the water, and go back in. $3 million. They finally said because it's fun. Look, stocks go down when J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, 401k managers, pension fund managers, hedge funds managers, they don't want to buy their stock. That's why it goes down. And if you think Philip Morris, it's going down. And it turned red. It turned from green to red when it was at $96. Today it was at 87. So if you were with me, you would have got out, and then you would have shorted, and it went down about 8%. You would have made money. Why? He tells them to buy it today? What are you, nuts? Join my gang right now. Follow me on Nike and some other stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Looking for insights and investing information? Join Phil Grandy and become a Phil's Gang member today. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. 8 million people fell into poverty. Yeah, 8 million full-time workers went from high-paying full-time jobs to low-paying part-time jobs and slipped into poverty. At the same time, food stamps increased 111%. And the number on disabilities rose double, 7 to 14 million. By the way, the 14 million, less than 5 million were truly disabled. It's because they ran out of unemployment checks. They were allowed to go on disability. Or they kept a blind eye to it. So that's what we're left with. But we got a great opportunity here. But what the one thing you know about being in the market, get all this stuff out of your head. I'm scared. I'm going to lose all my money. Everybody's been through that. And let me tell you how they screwed you. They got you into bonds because you felt safe. You felt safe. How many of you still in bonds? You said, I don't know, give me 1.5%, give me 2%. I don't care. I'll stay in the bond market. I just want to keep my principal. Remember that? And you missed out on the biggest rigged stock market rally. Now you're getting your face ripped off with these bonds. You're losing money left and right. And it's just sad. It's very sad, okay, that you did that. There's nothing wrong with the stock market. It's the people you're dealing with. So we can take Nike, for example, and I can put it up on my chart. We have two different kind of charts. We have the MV2, which I talk about all the time, color-coded chart. We have the MV1, which is not a color-coded chart. That's for people who are more, that want more action and want to be in trading couple, 3 times a month, maybe 4 or 5 times a month. But the one who, is very busy, who want to invest in the market but are scared. You lost the money in your 401k, which, by the way, there's another big announcement today in the newspaper. I told you these 401ks were no good. And there's another, I just saw it a moment ago. I can't find it now. But it was about another company being sued, another brokerage company about 401ks, how they screwed everybody. So 401ks, you can't make money in a 401k. It's impossible. And I think it was Edward Jones. And the reason you can't make money is because of the fees. It's just like I told you yesterday about, if you hear, especially on Saturdays when you drive around, I hear it all the time. That's most of the time these shows are around. They said, well, we can protect you. You'll never lose money. You'll never lose your principal in the stock market. Never lose principal in the stock market. That's a scam. All they do is go buy a zero coupon bond for you. And so you put some of your money in the stock market, and then you put some of your money in the bond. And so you don't make any money. All you do is keep your principal. That's all. You just keep your principal. And even then you don't. You really don't. Because they lock you in for 10 years, 8 to 10 years. If you want to get out early, boy, do they smack you good. Those are the worst things in the world. So anytime somebody tries to convince you, hey, don't worry, give me money, and you always keep your principal. But here's what they don't tell you. All the risk, they're very risky. They'll say, oh, there's no risk. Yes, there is. The risk is from the person selling it to you. First, he gets a big fee up front. He locks you in for 8 to 10 years. If you try to get out of this thing, it costs you your house, for God's sakes. They don't tell you that. If anybody's getting into the market just to break even, what are you doing that for? Don't be in the market in anything. Put your money under the mattress. That's the safest thing. But if you want to make money in the market, not get rich, just steady, nice steady drip every quarter, nice steady drip. We follow 5 good stocks. We use 2 different kind of charts. We follow the money. Look, Nike. Do you think I care about what's going on with Nike? I could care less. I don't even know how many sneakers they sold. I don't care. What difference does it make to me? It's all about money going in and money going out. I mean, why do I have to know anything about it? And most people run to brokers because they say, "Oh God, I know nothing about return on equity, or profit margins, or return on assets. I don't know anything about this stuff. I think you got to be smart. You got to have. So I'm gonna go get a broker and he'll take care of me. He's not going to take care of you unless you get a couple $1 million. Are you kidding? So there's no such thing as easy money. There isn't. And trying to make money in the stock market is very difficult because everybody's against you. Because everybody's there to take and pick your bones, pick your pockets. That's what the business is. Do you think those big buildings are down here on Wall Street because they help you? The only people that make money in the stock market are the big boys with inside information, the big hedge fund guys. They're on Wall Street every day. They have pals that give them information. But if someone really thinks they're going to grow a portfolio, are you crazy? You never end up with money. Very, very few people. Very few people, because you don't get any of the research. You don't get anything you need. It used to be if you had to have $1 million, they take care of you. Now it's $5 million. If you got $5 million, you're lucky to get the research. And these people don't know anything more about the stock than you do. Really, they don't. What makes a stock go up and down is the money going into that stock. And it kills me every day to try to get that across. Because your whole life can change with just a little bit of help. You just try it. There's nothing better than the stock market. That's where you create wealth. It's organized and you have liquid. And by the way, those programs, they say, oh, you'll never lose your principal. Never lose your principal. Try to sell that thing. The reason why they lock you in for such a long period of time, there's not much of a market for it. Hard to get out of them. And also, by the way, when most people read the fine print, you know the guarantee? It's usually at the very end, not in the beginning. And the real problem with it, when the market goes up, you're locked in. So if the market goes up 20%, 30%, you don't get it. They get it. The guys who sold it to you, they get it. They get the gains, not you. You get really all the risk of the fees they charge you, just like a 401k. Nuts. Okay, so here's what we know. We know that this market is going to pull back a little bit, maybe 8-10%. We also know there's going to be some exciting areas that were getting killed now are going to be the best areas, like construction stocks, like defense stocks. Builders again. Yes, builders again. Trump is going to grow the economy. Obama, his goal was never to grow it. And here's why he never wanted to grow it. Because he knew, one, he wanted to have he wanted a lot of welfare for the country, but he also knew that the interest rates, he didn't want interest rates going up on the $233 billion in interest he was paying. He knew if it just 0.25% interest went up, he'd be up to, by 2018, $500 billion interest. He knew that's the last thing he wanted, for that interest rate to go up. So he made sure the way to keep the interest rate down is not to grow the economy. Yeah, not to grow the economy. So he says, but he took all his boys, all his best friends, and said, but I'll grow the stock market for you. Just for you. And we'll cheat at it. We'll just go take all these crappy banks that are going broke and buy all their bonds and buy all their lousy bonds and their subprime mortgages, and we'll give them a whole bunch of cash, and as long as they buy their own stock. And boy, when those stocks start going up, the CEOs, they'll start buying their own stock. Before you know it, we're up 180%, and companies didn't even have to make a profit. And we'll make sure we get out before it collapses. And on the way up, I'll keep pointing to the market and say, see, I told you we're in a recovery. Look at the stock market. Boy, the stock market, that reflects the economy. No, it doesn't. How can a stock market reflect an economy when 70% of the S&P 500 companies and the Dow 30 companies, they make their money from economies overseas? So what does the overseas economy have to do with this economy? It's such a lie. Has anybody said, well, I think today I'm going to go to the stock market and buy the economy? It's all a lie. So all this is going to be cleaned up. Now you can get in a market where it's going to be, if you know what you're doing, it's going to be safe. And what makes it safe is getting a little bit of education and getting the right tools. The right tools. And I have the right tools. I designed the tools myself. And I know a lot of you just so busy, you just don't have time. Well, I've got that program for you. So join now, $39.95. That's your membership for 4 weeks, and you get the chart free for that 4 weeks. Then if you decide you want the chart after 4 weeks, it's only $24.95. That's it. We'll see you on the charts. 877-600-GANG. Join now.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.